Oh, I think a big reason on why horror films don't work as much is because they don't have those iconic characters anymore.
Yeah. Today we're gonna be doing another couch talk, brother. I wanted to get right into it. I wanted to ask you, did you see the new trailer for the movie Him?
Yes, I did, bro. I'm so excited for that movie. I ain't gonna lie. That movie looks really good. And I like how it dives into that, like, what would you do for fame?
I know
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's what you can see through the trailer so far, is that it's like this is clearly gonna be a story of, and we've talked about this we've had all these theories for years of like celebrities, athletes, all these guys sell their soul
Yeah.
for fame or to be the best player or whatever. I think that's what this story is gonna play into, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's gonna show other forms of like in the entertainment industry in
Yep.
this movie. So it's probably gonna show like actors who've done it,
Yep.
musicians who've done it and stuff like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I think this movie's gonna be really fucking good, bro. And like, I think Jordan Peele is the one who's producing the film.
Yeah.
And I know with his name on it, bro,
It's gonna put
it's
some
gonna
people.
go crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna bring some people to the
for sure,
theater.
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just excited because one, I have not seen, and I like Marlon Wayans just in general, as a comedian and things like that. I'm excited to just see what he's gonna do in this role because I haven't seen him in a serious role in a long time.
Yeah.
Since me personally, I know there's probably other movies that people already know if you know him, but I haven't seen him in a serious role since that one movie, Requiem of a Dream. I think that's what that movie's called. With Jared Leto. But yeah, man, I'm just really excited to see what they do about this. And my theory about this movie, Him, is I think in the end it's gonna show that Marlon Wayans' character, the coach, is actually the devil. That's what I believe. Because like the way he seems like he's pushing him, the way he's talking to him, some of the lines that he's saying, and a lot of depictions of the devil is like he has all this gold and things like that.
Shows him with the rings.
It shows him all the rings on his hands. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm thinking he's not really the coach, and at the end of this movie, it's gonna show that he's been the devil the whole time.
Yeah, I think this movie is gonna be one of those like big like psychological thrillers
Yes.
that everyone's gonna be talking about for a while, and just the fact that it's like so realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I think it's gonna show that side of like, that entertainment industry, how dark it get for real.
Yep.
And then, I mean, hopefully, maybe some people could speak on it and be like, "Yo, they not that far off for those."
Nah, 100%. I mean, it's just I haven't been this interested in a horror film in a long time, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last one I was really like, juiced for.
Yeah, excited for. I ain't gonna lie. I think this year has had a lot of big horror films that came out that I'm like super excited for, like Weapon.
Oh yeah,
We still gotta watch it. We're definitely gonna do. Yeah.
I was gonna say we're gonna do a review on Weapon probably next week.
Yeah,
More than
for
likely
sure.
next
More
week.
than likely next week. 'Cause we do gotta talk about that. And I think right now we're seeing a big revival of this horror genre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think in the last like 10 years or so,
Yeah.
we haven't really gotten anything too crazy. I mean, every now and then, I mean, I'm gonna lie, Jordan Peele is for sure like the one.
Oh
in the
yeah,
like,
his
the lead for
whole
it's,
whole
Get
run.
Out,
Yeah, Nope.
Nope, Us.
Yeah.
Like I think those movies are for sure like good examples of good horror films. You know what I'm saying?
What? I will say this, and I'm not saying I disagree in the sense of that they were good. I would disagree in the sense of I don't really categorize his movies as horror films. I categorize them a little bit more as thrillers.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying?
It's
But
kinda
it tiptoes the line.
Sense, you know what I'm saying?
It definitely tiptoes the line. But I feel what you're saying. But personally, I just feel like a lot of the horror genre that we've seen recently, like media of it, has not really been too, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say spectacular, but really like hitting for all of us.
Yeah.
Compared to, we might have had a couple breakouts throughout the years. Like, when the first Conjuring dropped, a lot of people went to the theaters and was going crazy for it. The Paranormal Activity series, when it first dropped, was going crazy. But I feel like the real golden age of horror was like the 80s, bro.
The slasher films and all that stuff. Yeah,
and I just feel like we can never go back to that time.
Nah, no, I don't think. I think slasher films don't work today because a lot of slasher films nowadays are always like very campy, a little bit too on the nose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that worked for like the first couple of Scream movies.
Yep.
And I think like nowadays they just don't. They don't really hit the same for like the last couple Scream movies that came out. Me personally, I didn't really like them that much.
Like where Scream used a gun and all this other
I
stuff.
thought that was kind of dumb, but even like the Michael Myers movies that have been coming out, the Halloween movies that have been coming out, like they're just like
it doesn't hit the same.
You just can't believe that type of stuff anymore. That's why people like to go to movies like this that kind of blur the lines of like realism and you know, like
I think that's why we focus more on like spirits, ghosts,
stuff
demons,
like that, exactly,
things like that, because
demon
it's like
stuff.
especially those, because it's like, okay, this is our newest fear.
That's why movies like Midsummer hit, like stuff, you know, and like Barbarian, you know, like these movies hit really good because it's like it's a whole nother like worldly thing. It's like people nowadays is like, bruh, if I want to see slashers, I could just go outside.
Oh, God. No, see, and I think that's why you might have just hit the nail on the head for what you just said, because I think the reason why slashers performed so well at that time was, dude, serial killers were so prevalent at that time. You know what I mean? Like, you were seeing a new guy pop up every week, and it's like, you know, we had like It the Clown and all these other guys that were coming out, and then we had real guys like John Wayne Gacy and, you know, Ted Bundy, or, you know what I mean? All these type of guys. And bro, some of these dudes were insane, the stuff that they were going, you know, doing.
Not for real.
So they knew that they had a good market for it because of how many people were so interested in true crime as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, if I make this type of story about this serial killer who is killing campers or something, it's like, come on now, you know?
I think nowadays, like horror films, the way that they work is if they have, like, it's not just, you know, bad guy and the final girl. It's always got to have that like twist on it. Like Weapon has like this weird twist on it where it's kind of about school shootings, kind of, but like not really for reals. Or that's what it seems like in the trailers. I haven't seen the movie yet. And like, you know, movies like Him, how it's gonna be like this whole psychological thing about you know,
the price of fame.
The price of fame, exactly. And then even movie like that new movie that Dave Franco came out together, where it's like about relationships, how like him and his wife are like fusing together and stuff like that.
I heard
like,
that movie's pretty good too.
Like those like body horror / you know, psychological horror movies are the ones that I think are gonna hit now. You know what I mean? Because that's why I think these like newer slasher films don't hit the same for this newer generation. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really what we want to see for reals. And I think the more horror movies that come out like this, I think it's for sure gonna bring a revival back in the horror genre, bro. Because it's like even movies like The Companion that had came out earlier this year. I think it came out last year, I'm not for sure, but like that movie did really good too. You know what I mean? I think the only way like slasher films would work is if it's super campy and it's like really on the nose about it's a slasher film. You know?
Because I mean, even I've noticed not too many people are even excited about the revival of Jason Voorhees, the new movie that they're gonna do.
One that they're doing. I think it's gonna be cool, but like,
but you gotta think about it, it's because we grew up in that era, not actually, but we grew up where like our parents put it on, you know, our brothers, our stuff, things like that, where we kind of grew up watching that, and we got to feel the magic as well of like, man, like Jason Voorhees is terrifying. Like I would not want to run into this guy in the woods. But now it's like a kid's worst nightmare is not Jason Voorhees. It's like a school shooting or it's a demon or something a ghost or something like that. And it's like back in the day, they were still scared of ghosts and shit. You know what I mean? We had the movies like The Omen and all these, and The Exorcist. Oh my God. You're really opening my mind. The Exorcist was one of those like breakout films that had people thinking, is this even really a movie? At that time.
And like those movies back in the day, damn near like scarred generations. And I think nowadays it's like they don't do that as much. You know what I mean?
But you want to know?
Every now and then they will.
No, but I was gonna say this is a part of why too. We've been so desensitized by social media where a 12-year-old kid just goes on Reddit and he can watch gore galore.
Not for real.
You know, he can watch gore to the next level where he sees a cartel video of some guy getting his head cut off to Funky Town. And it's like, and the kid's just like this, like, whoa. And then that was his, like, you know what I mean? He's like, all right, I have my fill for tonight. Then he goes and watches Jason do it. And he's like, that's so fake. Because, like, when they cut the head off, it doesn't even look like that. Because he's seen somebody really get their head cut off. We had no frame of reference at that time. It's like, oh, my God. Jason ripped that guy's head off.
I think I for sure watched that Funky Town video a little too young as a kid.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
But it was like, I'd watch that, and then I wouldn't watch something like that for hella long.
For a minute,
Whereas, like, you're right. Like, nowadays, the kid go on Reddit, go on Instagram.
And Instagram,
too. The most craziest things on the internet on Instagram Reels.
And he can just stumble across it, not looking for it. You know how many times I go on Instagram Reels, and I just end up seeing some guy that got split in half by a train or
literally
whatever the case may be. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
And I think a big reason on why horror films don't work as much is because they don't have those iconic characters anymore. They don't have the Jason Voorhees. They don't have the Freddy Kruegers. They don't have the Michael Myers no more. It's like, because honestly, like, I don't really remember the the ghost or the demon from the Conjuring movies.
I don't either. I don't remember the names. I mean, the only one I remember is the nun, I guess.
And her name's not even the nun. Her name's like Valak or something like that.
I think you're actually right. Yeah.
But it's like no one's gonna remember that for us.
Yeah, they're not like iconic.
Annabelle, I guess Annabelle is like,
But that's a real thing, so it's like, you know. But I get what you're saying. They're not iconic movie like slasher villains. You know what I mean? Versus like Chucky was a phenomenon.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I still see people wear Chucky stuff. You know what I mean? All of them.
All these guys were like these iconic characters that you could be like, oh, right, I'm gonna go watch the Michael Myers movie. Called a Michael Myers movie.
Yeah, but we all knew he was Michael Myers.
Yeah, and I think,
or even I was gonna say the only one I could probably say, my bad for cutting you off, the only one I could say right now is maybe Art the Clown, that a lot of people are having this weird obsession with.
Yeah. I guess
I don't see the appeal, but I see that.
I don't really mess with it either, but I get exactly what you mean. Like, he's probably the most newest guy who is like an iconic
performing well
horror film character, you know, because like we said, like the movie, like all the Get Out movies, like there wasn't really like an iconic character besides like the main dude. You know what I'm saying? But like even then, it's like a lot of people don't remember the character's name.
I don't either. I just know him as Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya, you know what I'm saying? Or like in Nope, it's like you don't even really see the what was they named it like Jean Jacket.
Yeah, Jean Jacket.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I think that's what's missing a lot of time in these new horror films is that iconic character who's like the main villain of the movie. It's
because there was so much marketability
with
those characters. Like Jason Voorhees, when he first, used to wear the sack on his face, and then he gets the mask.
And it was so iconic.
It just blew. And then Michael Myers, he came through, and before, I forgot what he was wearing on his head. I think he was wearing a bag too in the beginning. I don't remember.
I think he wears like
But he's wearing William Shatner mask. That's what I know. That's like his iconic.
Yeah, that's what his mask is like made from. But I think I think he's wearing like a regular like pumpkin like a Halloween mask. Or something like
that is what it was.
Like a clown mask or something.
He was wearing. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a clown mask. Actually, you might be right. But you know what I mean? It's like these characters had these iconic things to them. Even Freddy Krueger, like I didn't even know. The gloves,
the sweaters, the hats.
Yes, it's so iconic.
Even the skin, like the burnt skin.
It's so iconic.
Pinhead with all the stuff on his head.
What call it? Saw. The little doll is so iconic.
Yeah.
Did you know that the puppet actually has a name?
Yeah, his name is Billy.
You knew?
Yeah, I know.
Bro, Mike, you're low key like a horror head, dog. Like I just found this out a couple of days ago.
Yeah, his name's Billy the Puppet.
Wow, nigga, that's so crazy that you even know that.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't think I promise you, most people didn't know that.
Yeah, even like Leatherface with like the mask, the chainsaw, all that stuff is super iconic. And I think nowadays, like these newer horror films, they don't have that stuff in them
at all.
They don't have that iconic aspect. Like there are probably some scenes from the movies, like that's iconic scene. Like Midsummer, her sitting there crying with the flower, the flower crown. And stuff
it looks like a painting.
Like that stuff is iconic, and that's like a really like Midsummer where the mom's sitting there like crying and like the dude's on fire in front of her, stuff like that. Like those are iconic shots from those movies. Yeah, but there's no names from the movies that you remember. After you're done watching
that after you're done, this one character is gonna stick with you for weeks.
The way he acted, it's like that's not gonna stay with you, or not even for weeks, forever.
Yeah, I know.
You know
that's true. Yeah, because
like
Jason is
Freddy
still
Krueger imprinted forever,
generations.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like my kids are gonna hear about these guys.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You know what I mean? Like maybe you might show your kids Get Out, or you know what I mean, Nope, or Midsummer, or something like that when they get.
But
older.
I don't think they're gonna have the same appeal, especially like when you show kids young these characters. Maybe around like 10, 11, you show them Jason, Michael Myers, especially dudes like Freddy Krueger, because it's like I can't even go to sleep around, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what blew my mind about these characters was how much of a force they were at that time. Exactly, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I wanted to change pace, brother. Go to something different real quick. I wanted to ask you this question, though. Now that we're just talking about horror, I just want to say movies in general. What movies are you looking forward to for 2025, the end of this, and 2026?
I mean, obviously, like, the movies I'm really excited for is, like, the new Spider-Man, the new Avengers, Dune. I'm really excited for Dune.
Dune 3, right? Yep.
Yeah, when that comes out, I'm really excited for that. But, like, the movies that I'm really excited for, bro, I'm really excited for that new Clayface movie is going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see how a superhero film tackles the horror genre. Yeah. I don't think we've really seen that.
We haven't.
You know what I'm
saying?
We
haven't, yeah.
And I'm really excited for that new Evil Dead movie that's going to come out. Because I ain't going to lie, I really like the last one.
They're dropping a new Evil Dead?
I think it's going to be like connected to that last movie that came out. The last Evil Dead movie that came out.
You're talking about the one with the girl and stuff, right?
Yeah, the apartment building.
Yeah.
I'm going to lie, I like that movie. I like that movie.
You know what's crazy? I never seen it.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I got to check it out.
I know you're a big fan of the Evil Dead fans.
Yeah,
you would like it. I think you would like it.
Hell yeah.
And Yeah, so I'm really excited for that new Evil Dead movie to come out.
I didn't even know they were making a new one.
Yeah,
okay.
Man.
Nah, I'll probably say this because that was actually some pretty good ones, and you freaking blew my mind because I'm going to check out that new Evil Dead. I didn't even know. But 100%, I'm going to say him. That's one of those movies.
Yeah, obviously.
Really, obviously, right? This one I'm just kind of teetering a little bit. Predator Badlands. I'm actually really curious.
Yeah, I forgot about
because
Predator.
It seems like the Predator is going to be a good guy, kind of.
Yeah.
Which is a little interesting to me. So I'm just curious how they're going to go about this movie. Also, speaking of another Predator part, Killer of Killers Part 2.
Are they gonna make a part 2 of
They
that?
have to make a part 2
yeah,
of it.
I'm excited.
There's no fucking way that they're not gonna do it.
Did you see at Comic-Con they released an extended version of the
Yes,
ending?
and they showed Arnold.
Yes.
And they showed what's his name?
Yeah, Danny Glover.
Yes.
Bro, that's crazy.
Dude, so you know what this means, man.
Yeah, they were connecting everything.
So and why would they show that extended if they're not going to do part 2?
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's another one I'm really excited to see what they're going to do, you know, when they thaw out Arnold and all these other guys. I'm excited for the Avatar movie, The Way of Water. I mean, the Fire and Ash.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I thought you were talking about like...
No, that one I was going to say after,
okay.
That, I'm going to get to that. The Fire and Ash movie, I'm actually really excited to see what is this other culture of these, like how they are. You know what I mean? And they look so weird.
Yeah, they look cool.
I thought they were going to be red.
They have like a little bit of a...
It's like, you know, well, yeah. I mean, their eye color is different too. It's like it's like golden, and it looks hella interesting. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that. And you just said it, the Avatar project that they're doing, where they're in like their 20s.
Yeah,
I'm really excited. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
The one thing I'm a little scared is that I don't like how they're changing the voice actors.
I know.
And everything.
When you said that, that blew my mind a little bit. Because I'm like, y'all could just get everybody. Like, Aang is older now. The kid is like an adult.
I didn't think they're getting what's his face, Dante Bosco. Anymore.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Steven Yeun.
Yeah, that's so weird. That's so weird.
Which is dumb because he's like, he already played Avatar 1.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is he going to be Zuko? Yeah. Who knows what they're doing over there?
Yeah.
I have faith in them because, you know, so far they really haven't let me down too much.
Yeah.
But then again, we haven't seen something from them in years.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, is it going to be made by the same guys?
Yeah, it's going to be made by the same people.
Okay. I trust them then.
I trust them.
So I think there's probably a reason of why they're doing this.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe it was like some type of scheduling issue with Dante or something.
Voices to, you know, sound a different way because it's like he is older now, so he wouldn't sound the same as he was when he was a teen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We'll see. I just hope he just doesn't sound like, you know, Steven Yeun. I hope Steven Yeun kind of changes his voice a little bit to do it, but he's a good ass actor, so you know, I have faith in that.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep the same elements, but and I was gonna say also, I'm excited to see, super excited, James Gunn's Teen Titans.
Is that really confirmed? He's gonna do it eventually?
It's confirmed that he's gonna do it. He literally said it. So
wow.
I'm excited. I'm not saying this is gonna be 2025 or 2026, but I heard it's gonna be in the next couple of years.
Okay, yeah. Nah, I'm excited to see that too because I think he would kill.
He is the best person to do a Teen Titans movie because he is a team guy.
For sure.
So I think he's gonna cook,
bro. Yeah, hell yeah.
And he could throw a lot of the comedy aspects, the deep aspects. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hopefully they are teens. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so too.
You know, where it kind of has a little bit of that Stranger Things vibe, where they're young and you know it's cool and you know.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool. I hope they do. Maybe they might do it after Brave and Bold because they're introducing Robin in that movie.
Oh yeah, but the thing I'm a little bit worried about is I heard it's gonna be Damian.
That's weird.
Yeah, I heard it's Damian Wayne instead of Dick Grayson.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither, because I think they're gonna go more of the more recent DC comics where the Teen Titans is like Nightwing is old, like he's like an adult already. Starfire's an adult.
So it's like a new era of Teen
Titans. Yeah. You know, and then it's like the love story is not between Raven and Beast Boy anymore. It's between Raven and Damian.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, Raven's not the same age as them.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
We'll see though. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool, I guess.
Oh God, yeah. Cool. Hopefully, we get the original that we got from the, you know, the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
You know, from 2003, I believe, 2004,
2005 or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. The cartoon, the original cartoon. You know what we're talking about. Yeah.
But I was also gonna ask you, bro, just while we still talking about this, what movies did you personally think for this year were just disappointing?
So far from this year, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think 28 Years Later was a big disappointment for me personally. Like, I was super excited for that movie to come out. And I'm not saying it's a bad movie. it just did not live up to my expectations. Me personally.
Yeah.
It did not live up to my expectations.
So wait, you would say that this year was a disappointing year for movies?
No, I don't think this year was a disappointing year for movies, to be honest with you. I think a lot of good stuff did come out this year. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But I do think that just like 28 years later was like one of my main movies I was looking forward to the most.
Me too.
And it really did let me down.
Yeah.
But I think so far from this halfway point of the year, because we're kind of like a little bit more than half throughout the year.
Yeah.
I would say it does feel like there wasn't a lot of like really, really good stuff that came out. But I think for some weird reason this year, a lot of the good stuff is coming out towards the end of the year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying like so far, what we've gotten so far, it's been really, really good.
Yeah.
For the most, from what I could think of.
Yeah.
It's, you know, we got like Sinners.
Yeah.
Predator Badlands.
Oh, I forgot Sinners came out this year.
Yeah, it came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
You know, I heard Weapon is really good. I heard Together was really good.
Fantastic Four was cool.
Fantastic Four was good. Superman was good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's been a lot of good stuff that came out this year for film.
But would you say great?
Nah, I wouldn't. There's a lot of good. There's a couple great ones.
Yeah, I'll say one that I thought was just great was Sinners.
For sure.
I thought Sinners was great.
Damn, perfect.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Sinners was one of the few ones that I was like, all right, bro, I don't really have too many problems with this movie. That's one of those ones.
But I feel like we've had a lot of kind of disappointing, not flops, but like more of like, I expected more, you know, like 20 years later, Final Destination.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of these movies that I kind of was like going into thinking I'm going to see some really cool stuff. And I did see some cool stuff with like 20 years later. Final Destination did have a lot of good scenes in it.
Yeah.
But overall, in general, it kind of just felt like a little bit of a forgettable movie for me personally.
Yep. Yeah. I'll agree, bro. I will say, to a degree, you're right. I'll say that this year was semi-successful. So far, what we've seen, I just feel like we haven't had anything that was really great to me, minus like Sinners.
Yeah.
And I think the story and everything for Superman was damn near great. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was pretty solid. But yeah, I think compared to other recent years, it's definitely looking up. I think especially for the superhero genre,
the horror
genre, a lot of these, I feel like the movie industry is kind of coming back to a degree to where, you know, maybe not the golden age, but I think we can get there again.
It's coming back to a good standing point. I think this year has been a good year for kind of almost genres that have been like forgotten.
Yes.
For them to shine again. You know what I'm saying? Because we had... Oh, well, Nosferatu came out last year, but you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? But like we had a lot of good horror films recently that came out. A lot of good superhero movies that came out recently, you know what I mean, that are starting to come back to that time that we used to love back in the day and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll say, I mean, the year's not over yet, but so far I'll say, like you said, I think it's a semi-successful year for movies. And then towards the end of the year, maybe we could come back for another episode and talk about if this year has been a success.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We'll definitely come back to this.
We got a lot of stuff that's coming out later on this year that I think will kind of turn the tides if it's going to be super disappointing or super successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I agree with you, bro. We'll definitely come back to this, and then we'll see what's good. But, guys, we better be getting up out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Couch Talk. We will be doing Weapons next week, more than likely. Just wait on it.
If not, Sheriff has to do the next Couch Talk with his shirt off.
Yep, have to. So hopefully you guys don't do that on purpose, huh? But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And follow, actually, the Couch Critics Clips page as well.
Oh, yeah, on YouTube.
We over there, we have the shorts over there. So hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys on the next one.
Bye.